Welcome, Build Up community. This is Arthur the developer. Today we are going to a sixplex project. Before we start building, we've got to demo the house, prep the site, and get ready to go vertical. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle cars and lady cars, we are on our way to Farragut. Farragut is a 6-unit townhome project that I'm going to actually condo convert and sell each unit separately. Specifically for this project, one, I picked it up for $278K on the market. It was listed for $250 and I made an offer of $278. Don't ask me why I made such a weird number, but $278 was my number and I got it. There was somebody else actually at $275, so I was right on the money. I think we did an escalation clause. That's one of my favorite things to do, which means I'll beat anybody's offer up to a certain number. But this sixplex is comprised of 2 units that are a 1-bedroom with a studio, office, kind of whatever you call it, loft area. 3 units are a 2-bedroom, and then 1 unit is a 3-bedroom. That's kind of weird on the numbers. It's like all reversed. The reason I did that is I didn't want to make them all 2 bedrooms because everybody's doing that in town, and you might sell off 1, 2, 3 units, and then the rest of them kind of haggle and take a few months to sell. So I decided to switch up the product and have a little bit of everything and see how that goes. I should still average out the same as somebody selling all 2 bedrooms. My hope is I sell them all out in the first 2 to 3 months instead of 6 months. Because it's 6 units, it's pushing about 1 unit per month. So right now we're going to the site. It's only a 10-minute drive from my office, even though it's in a different state, right across the river from Washington to Oregon. And we're gonna go see the demolition of the home. So we have our permits about to be approved. We have to demo the house and the permits will be released to start building. Because the house is over 100 years old, we actually have to deconstruct the home by hand. And I'm going the wrong way. Swerve. If we got pulled over, it'd actually be kind of funny. Anyways, we got to deconstruct it by hand. So the demo crew is on site right now. And I didn't even know they started because the permits were pending to issue. And I guess they got issued. And I found out from my demo crew, they're already almost done. So they've taken off the second floor. I think they're on the first floor. And then by the end of this week, they're gonna excavate out the foundation, compact it, get it ready to build. So that's a lot. That was really long-winded, but essentially, long story short, we're prepping and getting ready to get this project built out. And permitting typically takes about a year here in the city of Portland. It's not the actual permits that take a year. It takes us a month to get the plans ready, 1 to 2 months to get it engineered, and then about 6 to 7 months to get it approved. And then you also demo, it takes another 1 to 2 months. Now, I'm not a risky guy. So the reason I did not demo the house right when I bought it was because the house is an asset. And if anything ever happened, let's say market turned, we have a 2008 crash, I have an asset, which is a 1,800 square foot house that still has good bones. And if I really had to, instead of building out the project, I could temporarily rent it, wait a few years as markets start to pick back up, and then go build the sixplex. So for that year period where there's that waiting period, I usually keep the house to the very end, just for the risk, mitigating my risk. And, you know, or if I had to get out of a project for whatever reason, let's just say I don't want to build in that pocket anymore, and I could just list a house for sale and I'll probably get 30 to 50,000 on top of what I paid for it, because there was multiple offers on this deal. So I'm just hedging my my risk and reducing it to a minimal. And then now that I'm ready to build, I'm demoing and we're gonna get ready to rock and roll. So you're gonna see us out on site, and maybe we'll throw a few rocks at the home or something like that. Why not?
Hey Arthur.
What's up?
Why is it a combo conversion here and instead of like Fircrest where you built out these lots? Are you not able to develop?
All right, so the question is, why is it a condo conversion rather than developing lots? Number one, this is infill, meaning it's within a established old neighborhood. So it's the same thing as me doing a project in downtown Vancouver, infill, where I'm not taking a big parcel of land and adding roads and utilities. I'm just taking a house on a street, tearing it down and putting new units on it. But yes, I could actually have them individual lots. The only thing is what it requires is more permitting time and more costs. So I would have to add utilities to every single unit rather than one line for the whole thing. And so the cost savings for me to condo it is makes sense rather than actually making it separate units, because I'll spend, let's say, an extra 50K or whatever the number is. That doesn't really make financial sense in this area, in this pocket. It's not like I'm gonna get $1 more for the units. So why would I spend an extra 50,000 if it doesn't sell for anything more? If I'm in a really, really hot pocket of Portland, where let's say the units are selling for 400K a piece, I would actually spend the 50 because there's more value in it. It's a little bit easier to get a loan for the 400 price point. Because it's gonna be in the 300s, I can just condo it and they fly off the shelf at 300 as condos. So just depends. I look at market, right? In the area, tons of condos are selling in the 300s. And then it's called Middle Housing Land Development, MHLD, in our city and town, where you can create individual lots. And those are usually in the 350s to 450s. In that case, I would spend the extra money for that. All right, fun fact. This road I'm driving on, I used to drive on this road every single day when I would flip cars.
Really?
This is every day I would drive here in Portland.
Car flipping road.
I would look at this. I always remember looking at these trucks and just driving on this road. The auction was right there on the left side. I'd take a left on the light, even though I'm not doing it right now. I'm actually going right. But I'd take a left on the light and go to the shop, and that's where I'd have all my cars. I go here every single day. I even remember making a video one time, driving here, bumping some, I think it was Christian rap. I probably have the video. It's hilarious. I was just driving in this car. No beard, nothing. So it's a cool little memory. A lot of cars. I remember going, oh, Milgard, our windows too. Love it. There's Milgard. Shout out to Milgard. They're doing Fir Crest right now. They're doing all of our windows and doors. So they're crushing it. But yeah, this is my, I guess it feels like my hometown when it's my second home. Would I ever live in a multifamily? Jake asked me. If I could go back in time, it took me, so I was 19 and I saw these townhomes selling and I could buy 2 townhomes, live in one and rent the other one. My payment would have been $1,100 at that time. And they were selling for $269 a unit. Right now they sell for $389 per unit. So I would have had 200 grand of equity. But not that. I actually would have had 2 rental properties. So if I could go back in time, and there was at least 20, 30 opportunities like that throughout the time. And right now, market interest rates are high. Everything's a little bit high. There will come a time where rates will drop, and there's going to be tons of opportunities to buy. And it almost feels too good to be true, but that's the time that you buy. And especially if it cash flows. Like, oh, rent is $2K and my payment's $1,300. 100% you buy. Like, that's the time to buy. So I could have bought at that time and put 20K down. I had the money. And I thought, well, why would I put 20 grand down if I could flip cars? Well, you look back in time and in the time frame of how much appreciation happened plus rental income compared to me and fixing my cars, the real estate beat me. And I was active. I was driving every day on that road. I could have had a job. I could have worked sales and let my real estate grow for me. So we will come a time, and there's still deals right now, like you buy some really rundown house and you do the right work and then have room for a future ADU. That's a great play too. Portland loves that play. I used to go to this coffee shop right here, Black Rock. This is my road right here. I had a tire shop. I went to this place too, fixed my exhaust once or twice for a couple cars. And there's another tire shop on this road. So Lombard, this is the other road. I drove here from the shop almost every single day. Tire shop, alignment, all that. And I'd stop by and get coffee here in a Rice Krispie Street. So yeah, it's absolutely worth it. I would say.
You have a project here, no?
Yeah, there's a project somewhere here too. But I would say that the biggest, well, I have the right of way, sir. All right. Welcome to Portland. The biggest thing is if you can crush it at your current income, whatever that is, and then invest into real estate, that's what the game is made for. And that real estate's only going to go up in value. And if it's active or passive, that's up to you. But investing in real estate and then collecting the big checks is more like a bonus, or it's a head start to your retirement fund. Ruben built that project right there. That was one of his first projects he built, actually. After he built his personal house and one Portland project, he was hired as a GC and got paid 50 grand or 40 grand to build that. So there is skill set. And if you have a GC license, you are absolutely valuable. You're just, you're working a job or running a business rather than investing. So I think there's two different sides to it.
Arthur, there's a lot of people that say that 10% is not worth it for a GC. Why is it worth it to a GC to build at 10%?
So a lot of people say 10% isn't worth it for the GC side. I would say it's absolutely worth it, because one person with a helper, you pay the helper $30,000 for the year. So this is my tire shop here, and this is where I used to go eat all the time. They switched it to glass, so that guy, or here's the tire shop right here, Tire Trend. So they're still in business. Boom, there they are. Anyways, so you get 10 homes and a helper. 10 homes is $50,000 a piece. That's $500,000 in total gross revenue, minus 40 for a helper. You can net $460,000 on the property, on just running projects. And to be honest, it's just adult babysitting. So if somebody says it's not worth it, they have the wrong perspective or they have the wrong mindset. That's what I would say is, and most builders, I would say, probably make $100K to $300K a year. And they just don't understand that a spec home is quick and you just get done with it and there's no customer service. You're not dealing with customers. You're building an investment property. That's a whole different game. So building custom homes, one house a year is the same amount of headache as building 10 for a investor, because the investor doesn't care as much about finishes and everything else. They specifically care about making sure it's a quality product. So I'm sorry, a sellable product that is cost effective and has quality. A customer cares about the look and for everything to be perfect and for it to be the dream home that they've always wanted. So that's the difference between the two. I would say absolutely. I know somebody in the East Coast that built, I don't know how many homes, but he walked away take home $500,000 for the year, and he's in his 20s. And he's just a GC. He never, ever puts any money into his deal. So you tell me, is it worth it to make $500,000 without ever investing $1 into the real estate? I mean, I think it is, but that's just that's your income, not your investments. All right, guys, we're here at Farragut on site. We got the demo permits done. And now that we have the demo permits, we have to deconstruct it by hand. The reason for it is, in the city of Portland, if a house is over 100 years old, you have to slowly deconstruct it rather than get an excavator and swing the whole thing over. Once we get this home deconstructed and we remove the foundation and compact the soils with the excavator, we're all set to go to get our building permits released to start going vertical on the 6 townhomes. So this process, we're gonna finish up the demo here in the next 3 to 5 days. Once we do, we're gonna pass all the inspections, submit it to the city, and then they're gonna release the building permits. I estimate we're probably 60 days out from digging the excavation, or digging the foundation with our excavating contractor. And so we should be all set to go. And then the goal is to build this thing out in the next 6 to 8 months, depending on inspections. City of Portland, sometimes they're 1 to 2 weeks out for inspections. So we got to play that game of scheduling inspections ahead of time and trying to catch them at the right time. It's just part of the game. I'm standing here. I don't have my GC license. I don't have my real estate license. I have 0 licensing. And I help people across the nation do the same thing too, whether it comes to infill development like this or building out single family homes in different subdivisions. If you are somebody that wants to work alongside me and build either your first project or scale to doing multiple units per year, whether it's single family or multifamily, hit that link below. See if you qualify for our mentorship program. We cap it out at several students per month. So if you're one of those and you qualify, book that call with my team. Looking forward to working with you. That's a wrap, you guys. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, and throw in the comments what you want to see or what you want me to answer if you have any questions. Looking forward to the next one.